resistance at 1,860 and 65. You could consider to hold on to 1,950, and that will give you something like $1,350 in yield. Okay, and instead of getting the risk reward of 1 to 1, it would be 1 to 2, even 1 to 1.5. Okay, remember that on Friday, today is Wednesday, so we've got 48 hours away, and it could be favorable to our trade. On the other hand, it could may prove not favorable to our trade. Okay, so you're of course taking the risk and you do your own due diligence. Alright, so to recap, we are buying, entering between 1,875 and 1,880. Okay, our stop is at least 1,000. It's placed here 1,800. It's below the bottom of 2. Okay, it's risky. If you want to get out, if you're already long on lower levels, then probably you would average about 1,860 and want to get out break even or clean at that point. It's really up to you. If this is a new entry, then you would want to have that stop at 1,850, okay, not 60. 1,915, all the way up to 1,950, which you intend to hold. Okay, for one. So remember that we're no longer going down now, we are bouncing off the lower boundary of the pennant. Okay, we still of course we expect to be still going to do with B to reject at 1,950 and then doing formation before the pennant breaks higher. Alright, so there is mild possibility, very mild possibility, extremely mild possibility that if you hold that trade at 1,875 and these that we were doing yesterday at 1,865, there is a chance that this is 4B here and that was 4C, and you're actually holding the market bottom now, and if tomorrow or day Friday is a horrible NFP number, okay, then for the sake of this trade we would hold that and pray to God for that. Then you're going all the way, breaking of course above 1,916 to 85. You're going to test the old high at 2,075, okay, and you make a lot of money. So you should take that and keep that into perspective and hold on to throughout the NFP session. Okay, it could be very profitable. Alright, of course you only just do your job and be prepared. You cannot really know if this will happen or not. Okay, so let's go back to our issues. So we had finished the Euro Yen. We will move on to the United States dollar against the JPY against the yen. Okay, so now of course, like yesterday, we were short this trade. Remember that initially we had already traded long, and now we believe the market has topped and is doing a double top formation. Okay, remember that we are inside an ending bullish wedge, triangular. Right here, when we broke that neckline, we went right down to test the lower boundary of the wedge. Here again, once we break that neckline, we should be testing that same boundary of the bullish wedge at wave 5. We're bouncing at the bottom of 1, like this is a 1, 2, 3, now that's a 4, and we're down at 5. So what we will do is simply sell the market. Okay, I'll stop. We tight a nice stop about 80 to 90 pips. Okay, our target of course is 104 all the way here. You may wish to leave that open in case there is a bad NFP number tomorrow. Of course you hear me saying that there is a bad day after tomorrow. There will be a bad NFP number. I can't possibly know. I'm just doing what is, I would consider to do what is most beneficial to my trades, to my position in the market at the time. So because if I am prepared to be the market and I get out early, then I am not readily prepared, or I did not do my work, my preparedness correctly. Okay, so I just do what is most beneficial to what I'm holding in my hands at the time. So if I'm already showed this issue, okay, and there's an NFT on Friday and I'm closed into some profits, okay, I could still leave my stop a little spiky condition and leave my target open. I could see 101, I could see 100, and that would be really good for my trade, of course. So gold is moving already higher. We will not change the market, like I'm saying, and we expect a correction. And remember that you're now testing the lower boundary of the pennant. Okay, there must be some kind of correction after we pass the boundary. We can buy on a retest of the lower boundary, of the lower pennant boundary. So the dollar yen market is actually already falling. We are doing 105.5. Okay. So this is the topping formation we're talking about. Somewhere here, okay. We bounce here higher and we can again load 106. Then we're going down. We expect to be going down. Momentum is very neutral. This is a 4-hour chart. I believe it's possibly negative. I'm not quite sure on the hourly chart. Let's check that. It's not yet negative, so we're still going to see higher tests about maybe 105.7, 105.8. So if you wish, you could contemplate to raise your entry to 105. Maybe even a spike to 106. Okay, and keep your target 104, it would increase your profit take on the trade. So already this gold and silver. Move on to the euro dollar. Okay, sorry. So we reversed the bias on this yesterday and we are now long. Okay, the pair. This is the weekly chart. It's like we expect to see consolidation on the lower neckline date or to accommodate for a right shoulder formation. So we already finished A, we should be doing B, and we could still do C, and then we're off to test 122, which was the higher neckline. Remember that we're on high altitude or amplitude momentum, equivalent to that here, which should then take us going to 122 in the future. Okay, so that's our first scenario, and that would be the trade to take. We'll be trading A, bottom of A to B, and that's what we're seeing currently unfold on the market. Okay, that is the first scenario. There's another technical picture, and that is that one here. Because we have such high momentum on the weekly charts, and on the daily, by the way, we're in neutral, or just above zero. We might expect that this being an ABC correction, now this is the ground A, we're going to have a B. If we have a negative NFT tomorrow, day after tomorrow, even if we don't, this could be a very quick, volatile, aggressive B, and we could test a new high above 2020. There's no problem if this makes another head, and then we're doing another right shoulder into these. Okay. The market picture. And this is what I would actually expect to do on negative dollar news tomorrow. Okay, so I would consider, for day traders of course, you would consider to enter at 1.1650, your stop is 1.1530, your target is 1.1980, okay? And this gives you a risk reward profit. The risk is only 3%. Alright, so let's look first at, before we check our pivots, let's look at what the market is currently doing. 117.24, and we want to enter 116.50, these levels here. I'm sure now we will no longer be probably not be seeing them. However, let's filter that entry. Alright, so we go higher and we enter, this is our wave 2, I believe, 1, 2. So what we're doing here, what we are contemplating now is that this is the growth wave, which has changed in gradient, and our coming contraction or retest should not fall below 1685, 1.1685. So we can really tighten that all, and we could just enter market at 1710, 17 and 1695. Our stop is right. Even this point is better, 1630. Alright, so it's just a 70 point stop. Okay, 1630, and we're going to close to 19, like we were saying, 1980. This level here, 1985 and 1980. Okay. If there's really a weak NFP number, you could contemplate to go, of course, to 2066 and 2148. Just on a spike. Keep a profit target in place. Don't hold your trade. Alright, so like you spike, you cash in on it, and you're out. Okay? Alright, so let's recap on that. This is the trade to take, like we were saying. We finished A, we expect to do B, alright, and then we're doing the C. So that's one way to look at it, is that we're doing left shoulders to these, we're doing right shoulders, equivalent to these left shoulders here. However, it is very possible that B could spike higher than 3 here. It's absolutely normal, there's no problem, and still run down again in the C. Okay, so we could expect to see levels above 120, and we would want to hold our trade, being day after tomorrow and NFP day, to such lucrative levels. We'll take profit at such lucrative levels, which is what is shown here. From the higher, we would contemplate to enter. Now the values have changed. Instead of 1650, we're doing, I believe, 1710, yes, 1710, 17 and 1695. Our stop is 1630, right below that point here. Even 1640 will do, no problem. If you want to play it very tight, we're going to raise the stop to 1650. Okay, you shouldn't fall below this point. Alright, unless there's a high degree correction and you would want to reload lower than. And our target is 2020, 2060, 1.1980, 2025 here. This is 1980, 2066 right here. 2020 is the all-time May, okay? Alright, so this is the current action, of course, on the 1 hour that we just checked. Of course, the market has already moved higher and should support on top of this neckline here. Okay, that gives us about an entries at 117 and 116.95. These levels here and 117.10. Currently, the market is doing 117.26. So we would expect to test this neckline. And like we were saying, a stop at 1630 is very, very appropriate. Alright, remember our old entry was at 1660. Okay, and this is for intraday traders. Target was 1780. Focus profits. Okay. If you're already making other intraday trades, then you could use this for breakout trade because it plays in the breakout section, or sorry, in the reversal section. And reversal, if it's really correct, should take it all the way to 2020. Okay, so we would extend that target instead of 1780, take it to 2020. Okay, our next issue is the Swiss dollar, United States dollar. There's a question about silver. Silver, of course, is a buy, like we were saying. You could be buying 2050, 2340. We will review that, reanalyze it once we finish the remaining issues. You're going for 27. Silver is a buy. You do not sell it at this level. At current level. That's my take on this one. Alright, so we are now, of course, accumulating dollar against the Swiss franc. We are going to use the current correction in dollar against the Swiss franc to try and enter, to try to compile a new long position. We are now doing 92. Okay, so some traders may wish to short that. Okay, I guess it's possible, of course, it's very, very possible, but I don't think there's much potential in the trade. Okay, unless with NFT, of course, across the corner, unless it's a horrible NFT. Even then, I would still stick to my guns and, like we say, stick to the guns and load at lower levels. So what will these levels be? They still remain the same. These are the levels we will be interested to add in. Right about here. Remember, we're doing this correction now. We would want to add, alright, not at 91.73, 91.80. We're currently going to add at 91.80 and 91.73, but I would rather go all the way down to 91.50. I hope to see that on 91.30. Okay, and these are the levels shown here. These are 91.80, 90, and 70. These are these levels shown here. I hope you are gonna see lower levels. These are shown on that chart here. That's it. All the way up from 92.20. We're currently doing 92. All the way down to 91.30. That level. That's the top of one. Remember, this is a 3. We should test somewhere above this point. And test the neckline, of course. So I would rather add aggressively at the lower end, okay, of the move, which should see 91.30, 91.40, 91.50. So you could refrain from adding longs now, except of course testing by micros at 91.90. It's okay, 91.70, 91.80, but the main position should be and 91.40. Okay. Our stop then is 90.60. Alright, and our target is going to be 95.75. This should give you about $1,600 per meal. That's our target then, about 95 and 5.75. Okay, so that's a breakout trade also, or accumulation trade. Oh, because I believe there's a breakthrough in oil, or a break upwards in oil. So maybe there's not going to be a break upwards, but really this is a 15-minute chart, so it's more. So you would take that there and hold on. Can't really know. So what our analysis calls for is that, remember yesterday we were speaking about bouncing at the 38.2% FIB. This is right about here. Okay, at 38.76. We actually expected FOSI to be concluding nowadays. Today, yesterday, tomorrow, okay? And somehow the price action this morning showed that we're getting to get bullish momentum inputs on the hourly chart or even on the 4-hour chart. Led us to believe that we're actually having an ascending triangle, like OC has ended here, that's an A, B, C, D, E, and C ends here. And this is now actually an Elliott structure. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could actually test that. If we do not fall below 31.19, then this analysis holds, okay, and we're going off to 44. So we will put at 40.30. We take that back now. We would rather buy against 39.10 and 39.15. Okay, we could still put the fraction 50% into that. Let's look at that slide. Market is at 39.75. So let's bring that here with us. Again, this is on 1 hour chart and we are negative now momentum. Anyway, what we think is that this is a wave 1, 1, somewhere here. That's a 1, 2, that's a 3, 4, that's a 5, and now we're going to complete correction. We should not fall below this line, and we should respect somehow this fib. Which we're not exactly doing. No, we should respect these fips. So we're about at the 38.2%. But of course, we could have somewhat complex correction, and the lower boundary of the triangle could still drag down to accommodate price action. It's perfectly okay, and we have to monitor the market, okay, exactly at this time now, because we expect to be bottoming in this zone, and we would want to long against 39. So good. Long end is testing 39.15, 39.20, 39.40. Okay, dollars. Okay, we just stopped very tight right here at this point at something like, of course, only just to avoid spikes. Generally speaking, the stop would be right at 39. It could be spiked very easily, so you would need to have your stop $1 away. If you're at 39.40, you stop at 38.40, and we are going on to 44. Okay, so this is the action that is shown here, detailed here. I believe it could still be a good entry. Let's see that on the 4 hour. Is that on the hour? It's still positive on the 4 hour. And I strongly believe that we are bottoming that. And that's of course my belief. I could be wrong again. So please accommodate for that. I believe this market should bottom in the $40 zone, between 40 and 37. Like I'm always saying, there is some kind of structure here by producers, and you can see that somehow we are doing now an inverted head and shoulder. So I went as 44 and 44.50. So our ultimate point of entry, the market I don't believe will fall much lower than that, and it really could be, it could be current levels until 39.25 and 39.40. Okay, it stopped at 38.40. Let's see. It will stop here, just below this point. Okay, so this is a $1 stop, and you're going to 44. Alright, and this is, I believe, along this issue. You could, technically speaking, you would still go down, like you do. This is kind of a fair flag. It's extended for this, and positive momentum, so you should not go down, but could still go down to test the top of one. But I would say, my take on it is a risk worth taking. Alright. Okay, so to recap on that, we would long current levels from 39.70 down to 39. Okay, our stop is 38.25. Our target is 44. This is actually showing on the stock here. We believe sooner or later we will have a breakout from this ascending triangle pattern. This is for oil. Entry time is right about now. Okay, you could long, consider to long, your discretion. 39.70 all the way down to 39.20, 50 cents to long range. You're going hopefully to be seeing 44 or maybe 44 and a half, and you stop at 38.20. Alright, so 38.30, this is about $1 or $1 discount. Alright, so there's a question regarding silver. Let's take a look at the buyer. Alright, of course, so silver is a buy. Like we were saying, we would want entering a neckline zone, so you don't jump into the trade and you're going to 27. Okay, we would take that down to the hour. We expect there will be a correction once you get into this neckline area, 24.50. Okay, so we would rather wait and place limit long. The trade, of course, is confirmed now, so you could place limit long. As these levels shown here. Alright, so it's 23.50, correct. And you could go a little higher than 23.50, but not much. Market is currently doing 24.10. Okay, so you could do 23.60, 23.50 or 45. Like I'm saying, we're gonna hit that line and we're going down to retest probably this, maybe a little above this boundary, and so we will see lower levels than what the market is currently giving us. We're going to 27. This is our target, and our stop, of course, is 22.50 is fine, just below 22. Okay, so you're long 23.50 or 22.50. This is about $1 away. Your target is 27. Alright, if 23.50 is not seen, we could wait until the current retraction at the neckline. We'll try to enter 23.75, 23.65. I think with a little patience we'll be seeing these levels. And we go on to 27, that's the target. Alright. Stop, of course, is at 22.50 by the rough point 2. So if you have any further questions or if there are any questions, please leave them with the moderator. Also, if you need any repetitions regarding some of the issues, please don't hesitate. Just post command with the moderator, and we will always do them regardless of time. check on gold too. Alright, we are definitely now in wave B and could extend in gold, that is. We'll also again wait for a retraction, or you could enter market now if you like and just place your stop below this low below here, 1875. Market will take time to go to 1891. You could buy market at 1876 or 70 or 1860. 30 points stop, and we're going for 1955. But I'll just place my stop right here, just 30 points stop. 1876 and the market goes 1890. I believe when we break out, we could also a short-term trade because we might resist at 1915. So at 1890, you would want to take profit at 1815 and re-long for the big one. Okay, so if there will be no more questions or repetitions, I think that will be all today. For today, it's been great having you all here with us, and we will look forward to be together again tomorrow. I wish you all the best of profits, best in trading, and take good care of yourselves. Take care. Bye.